So, if you listened to the last episode and you found yourself resonating with some of the things that I was saying, and you feel like life has knocked you down, I have a word for you today, which is the same word that I gave myself. Girl, get up. Let's talk about it. This is Looking for My Fit.
Looking for my feet, looking for my feet, yeah. Looking for my feet, looking for my feet, yeah. Looking for my feet, looking for my feet, yeah. Looking for my feet, looking for my feet, yeah.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Looking for My Fit podcast. My name is Jamika, and this is a podcast where I talk about my life in real time. This thing has evolved from the beginning, and as my life changes, if you go back and listen to episodes, you'll hear how the podcast rolls along with it. So that's what we do here, and I'm happy to have you here, whether you are new or are a subscriber. Welcome. So on the last episode, I was sharing just about what this season has felt like for me. And I'm coming up on like the year mark of when the whirlwind took off. And I shared that it has been tough. I mean, whoa, wait. It has been unlike any other season that I have faced in my life. Just a lot of things at one time. And yesterday, before I went to bed, I had to have a different type of prayer. And I was just very open and straightforward in my prayer. God, please. I don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm supposed to navigate this season. I am so confused and feeling so much unlike myself. What exactly do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Like I am open, I am surrendering. If you could just show me the way, I will follow. But I cannot keep going like this. Like what is happening? That was my prayer. Went to sleep, and when I got up this morning, y'all, I felt different. And nothing, had changed. But what I kept feeling within myself was, girl, get up. Like, for real, get up. This last year threw me some combinations that I was not prepared for, or at least that I felt like I was not prepared for. So I'm thinking of this in terms of just a boxing match. And I'm thinking about movies that I've seen with boxing where, you know, the person who the movie is centered around gets into this boxing ring and they feel prepared and they've been training, and then they come up against this opponent who throws some things their way that they weren't ready for. It catches them off guard and they find themselves stumbling, and they find themselves trying to figure out almost in the ring where they are because this blow got thrown to their head. So they're feeling a little dizzy, vision is a little blurry, body is feeling a little bit weak. And in that moment, the opponent sees that weakness and comes in for the attack. And then they go down on the ground and they hit the mat. And that's where I've been. I've been on the mat, y'all. I have been on the mat. Now let me say this, just like in the movies, you usually, it goes to slow-mo usually, and then we usually can see the perspective, or we're hearing and seeing everything from the perspective of the person who's down on the mat. So I want to thank everyone who has been in my corner yelling for me to get up. I heard you. I heard you, and I have appreciated every person who has surrounded me with love and prayer. But today, when I woke up, it was like the ringing in my ears was clearing up, and I felt like I could open my eyes up a little bit more. And I felt like I had enough strength to start pushing myself up off the mat And all I could feel within myself was, get up, get up. Like, Jamaica, get up. Like, yeah, you know what? You were not expecting that. These last few months didn't look like any other season you've ever faced in your life. And so you got knocked down. But now you have a decision to make. Are you going to stay down on the mat, or are you going to get up? And y'all, I'm choosing to get up. I got to get up. And in me saying that, I went into the bathroom, y'all. I looked in the mirror and I was talking to myself and I was like, get up. Remember who you are, but most importantly, remember whose you are. Like, get up. Just that simple. Get up, make a move. And I've been throwing myself a pity party, if I'm being honest. I have been dwelling on the things that didn't work and the people who didn't stay and the expectations that didn't hit the mark. And I have just been spiraling. But today, I just felt it within myself. Get up. Because the truth is, as long as I lay on the mat, I have no chance of winning the fight. But if I stand back up and get myself together, I at least have an opportunity. And that's what I'm doing. I'm getting up. I'm back in the fight. I was down. I'm telling you, the ref was like counting me down. 1, 2. I think they count up in boxing. Child counting. But I'm up. So if there's somebody who, if it's you and you're in a space of feeling like you're taking one hit after another and another and another, I get it. Part of me wanted to just be like, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna play things safe. I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna lay low, and I'm just gonna do things that I feel would be a guarantee to work out. But the truth of the matter is, I ain't built that way. That's not who I am. And while I have evolved, I'm not the person that I was even a few months ago, but definitely a couple years ago, I'm not that same person. At my core, I ain't built to give up. I'm not built to quit. I yo, I am the daughter, not just of, my earthly father who is amazing and my mom, but I'm the daughter of the king, y'all. I'm the king's daughter. I cannot bow down now. I can't tap out. That's not what I was built for. So as I sat through this day, reminding myself, get up, get up. You're strong enough to get through this. Like, you have literally survived 100% of every crazy negative thing that has ever happened to you. The track record is winning. You've come out on the other side every single time. What makes you think that God wouldn't pull you through this time? Because it looked different. But here's the thing. Everything had to look different, and that's what I'm realizing. And this is not like, oh, something happened today and now I can see. No. I had to just remember, like, you've come through every single thing that has ever come your way. You've made it through to the other side. But God is getting ready to do something real, real different because of how he has, like, stripped me of so many things that were familiar to me. And he's like, listen, those were seasonal. Those things were necessary. And that's the other thing that I realized. This whole process that I just went through, that I'm still, coming through, is necessary. I will see it, and I can't see it now. I cannot see it now. And honestly, I'm glad, because somebody needs to hear me in this space right now. Not when I make it to the other side, because y'all, it's real easy to tell the story when you've made it through. But right now, I'm in the thick of this thing. And I don't know where God is leading me, but I know that I'm going somewhere. And I know that there will come a time when I will look back and I will realize why I had to go through this. And right now, I can't see it, but this is where you flex your faith. You don't flex your faith when everything is going right and it seems like everything is going your way. It is easy to believe in God and what you think He can do for you when everything feels amazing. But the question is, can I lean on Him and can I have my faith right here, right now, in this time where stuff looks so different to me? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. And I feel like it's almost been a test of like, are you leaning on Him and have you built that relationship that you believe that you had? Can you be in that space when you can't see where things are going? And the answer right now is yes. Yes, I can. This process necessary. And here's the craziness, y'all. I'm like in this thing. Like I'm in this thing and and it's one of those situations where I think if I had been close enough and I'd had the opportunity, like, okay, never mind, let me just run back, I would have. But y'all, I turn around and I look and just things in my past are so far away, I can't even see it anymore. So going back is not an option. And so now here are your two options. One, stay where you are. Psh, no. And so in order for me to get wherever it is I'm supposed to be going, then I have to move forward. That's the only option that I have right now. I can't go back. I can't stay here. And so in order for me to get to whatever God's promise is, I have to continue to move forward. And that's what I'm going to do. You know, we can easily hear like, you know, that when people say faith is taking the step without being able to see the full staircase. Child, I done took about 11 million steps. And I would be lying if I said there haven't been times I'm like, God, well, are we at the top of this? Where is the end of this staircase, God? But here's the other thing. I have heard from so many different transformational, motivational speakers, and even in church, I've heard people say, you know, God can't show you the whole thing, because if He was able to show you the whole picture, you probably wouldn't go forward and do it. And I would always say, that's true. But now for real, if God had allowed me to even feel an inkling ahead of time of what I was going to have to go through and feel in order to get to the next thing, there's a good chance I would have been like, nah, I'm good. I am good. And so I'm grateful He didn't show me, because I'm going to tell you now, this would not have chosen it, but it's necessary. And so my perspective had to be flipped. So today, instead of being like, this didn't work out and that didn't work out, I'm thanking Him for the things that didn't work out the way I thought they should, because my way is never better than His way. He has seen things I have not seen. He has heard things I have not heard. He has cleared people and places out of my way for that reason. It's kind of like if you're a parent and you know things that your children don't know, especially as toddlers, they're navigating and trying everything, and you're trying to protect them from things that will hurt them, and they don't understand and they throw a tantrum. You see them getting ready to go for that light socket, the electrical socket, and you don't do that. You pull their hand back, they fall out. How dare you stop me from sticking my finger in this electrical socket? But you know that was not good for them. And they don't understand that yet. They haven't grown to that point. But you're willing to let them cry and throw a tantrum and do whatever else they need to do until they can get over it, because you know that nothing good comes from them sticking their finger in that socket. And that's how I'm choosing to view it. You know, I took chances and I made decisions and took risks that did not work out for me, at least according to what I was expecting. But God saw that it wasn't the space for me. He's like, that wasn't the place where you were supposed to be. Those weren't the people you were supposed to be hanging around with. That is not what I have in store for you. And I know it hurts, and I know you want to know why I'm doing it, but just please trust and know I know more than you do. And my redirection is for your protection. I didn't do this to punish you. I didn't do this to make you feel down and question me. I did this because I know the plans that I have for you. And in order for you to get where it is that I need you to be, I had to be willing to let you throw this tantrum on the side. And I had to be willing to let you sit in it and process it for a while and get to the point where you trust and know I always have your best interest at heart. And that in the end, you win. You come out on top. You will understand why it is that I had to do the things that I had to do. And I really believe that he needed me to share this because even along this, I don't know. And look, the podcast could be it. I don't know where he's taking me. I don't know what he's doing, but I know that I have to be transparent and that I have to share as I go through this because somebody else is going through something very similar. Somebody else is wondering, like, what do I do? And again, sometimes it's hard to listen to people who've like made it over. And don't worry, because I'm gonna get over. And when I do, I'll share that. But right now, I'm in the thick of this thing, and I just have to lean on my faith. So if you're in that space and you feel like you've been beat up, you've been knocked out, and you're laying on that mat, I just want to say to you, get up. It's time to get up. The only way you have any chance of surviving this fight or possibly winning this fight is to get up. Because if you stay laying on the mat, you'll never know. You'll never know. So I'm getting up, y'all. I have to let it go. I have to know that it's been for my good. And I'm ready to see what lies ahead for me on the other side of this thing. But until he shows me, guess what? My quads are just going to get stronger because I'll just keep walking up this staircase. I don't know where it ends, but I know that it will be good when I get there. And I hope that if you're in this space, that this inspires you to do the same. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye. Listen, I can't have you all missing out on episodes. I appreciate you all being here, and I want you to stay here. So before you leave, go ahead, click that subscribe button so you'll be the first to know when the next episode drops. I'll see y'all then.